Hello everybody, I'm glad you're here today. Today is June 7th, 2024. This is going to be a jammed-packed video of stuff, so hang on, buckle up, we're going to go fast. Keep up, everybody, keep up. In this video, we're going to talk about making bandages, all right? Clearly, my mind was in, World War I, as far as bandage making, like, hey, let's roll up the sheets. And y'all, there's all different kinds of ways to make bandages, apparently. You search it on YouTube. You can find it. I'm going to show you what I learned today and show you how to start the process with only one way. There's only one of many ways to make bandages. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about something I wrote in my journal this morning when I was worshiping God. It is a word that I think you'll find encouraging and insightful. Maybe a little bothersome, but you know, and you got to do with it what you need to do with it. You pray about what I read, and then you glean. If it sticks with you, keep it. If it doesn't, it's for me. So just throw it away. I mean, just keep what the Spirit tells you to keep. And if none of it sticks with you, that's fine. Then it's not for you. This word is not on the level of Scripture, of Bible, of the supreme Word of God. So we all need to be aware of that I am no prophet. I'm just sharing with you what I sense is divinely inspired as I'm worshiping every morning. So that's coming at the end of the video. Now then, here's my thing that bothers me today, that the burr under my saddle, you may say, is the Germans have put out a war manual. Okay, now we're reading out of the Latvian war manual on here, how to act in case of war. All right, so we're going to keep plowing through that. Hopefully we'll have time to read some of that today in this video. Germany has put out their own video for their own citizens. I find it fascinating. I would love to compare and contrast. I'd love to get my fingers on it. I don't know how to do that yet, but I do know Canadian Prepper was reading from it this morning. I just hadn't had time to listen to him. I'm very eager to do so. I had to mow my lawn, y'all, before the sun came up, because it's sneaking hot in Texas right now. So that is what I've been doing today. But, y'all, I'm going to make some of these bandages. Now, let's get going on that. Hang on. Now then, the other day, I don't know, last week, I was listening to Canadian Prepper, and he said, the least you can do is get some Israeli bandages. Of course, he sells them, y'all. He sells them. He's trying to make some money. The man's a worker, all right? If you don't like him, that's fine. Well, you can't fault him. The man works. He's got a great work ethic. So, anyway, I was like, well, I've never even heard of Israel. I know I'm slow to the party, but I thought, what is an Israeli bandage? It is my understanding, and please correct me if I am wrong, and please add to this if I'm leaving something out in the comment section. All right, it is my understanding that the Israeli bandage is like, it's a stretch bandage, like it's long, and it has an absorbent area, of course. In the absorbent, blood absorbing area, it has quick clot and antibiotic cream or antibiotic medicine in there. It may have some pain relief medicine in the chunk that you put over the wound. All right, now I know the chunk that you put over the wound is not medically correct, but we're gonna go with that. So I was like, well, that sounds wonderful. Yes, I should have that in my prep. So I got on, I can't afford Canadian Prepper, so I looked on Amazon. It's pretty steep. It was like 2 for $15. That's not the worst thing in the world. I didn't get any of that. And then this morning, especially after the emails from the viewer about the casualties coming to large facilities in smaller towns, I thought, well, maybe how do you make bandages? Now, y'all, clearly I'm living in the dark ages, because I was thinking World War I, rolling up sheets, and clearly that's a way you could do it. Strips of bandages, just cut strips from a sheet or a towel and roll them up, put them in a bag. Okay, that's true. You can make bandages. But I thought, well, what is this Israeli bandage? So, you can actually make these, and here's how. I got the stuff this morning at Dollar General, and they were having like this huge sale. Delenn over there was like, Gina, get whatever you need to here. I'll show you the best buys, because I was like way early. Okay, but it doesn't matter. I digress. We're talking about Israeli bandages, not the sale at Dollar General. Here's what you need for an Israeli bandage. You need like I just got these. They were little south of $3. All right. I wish they were $1. I'm looking for the brand that's $1. Okay, and it's just a basic Ace bandage. All right. I got what they had on the shelf, which is 3 of those, and here's what they look like. It's your old average Ace bandage. Okay, it's stretchy. So you need this. Okay, so get one of these, or get however many you want. Get one, an Ace bandage, cheap. The next thing you need, y'all, are super duper crazy big maxi pads. All right, the Big Berthas. Okay, this is what you need for your Israeli bandage. I know, you got to go down that aisle and get this. It's embarrassing. I've always thought it was embarrassing. Y'all, I had a hysterectomy decades ago. It was the best day of my life. But there I was this morning buying these. All right, for the sake of the war, okay? So, you need these, all right? I got the off-brand, and it is extra heavy overnight. Y'all, it is extra heavy overnight. I look at that. It's the last picture of it. Y'all, that's the wind blowing again. It's crazy here. It's stormy every stinking day. All right, so overnight, extra big. So get one of these. All right, so when you get these, you're going to open this up. Of course, y'all, they don't make as much noise as they used to. Open these up. All right, and like this is how big it is. All right, now I don't think there's any. Y'all have to tell me about this. I don't think there's any value in doubling it or tripling it, because I think it's meant not to. I think it's meant there's a shield here on the back of it. I'm not sure, but anyway, this is what you need. All right. So what you do? You get your Ace bandage. All right, and you undo the little snippy snaps here. And y'all, if you lose these little snippy snaps, just get a safety pin. All right. Now these are, you can even get the ones that Velcro. All right, and it's like snazzy. All right, so you're gonna unroll this enough to put this stinking big maxi pad on it, y'all. I mean, it's like for an elephant. I'm sorry. No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. When you need it, you need it, right? All right, here you go. So you take this off. There's adhesive on the back of this. All right? You're going to, y'all, I'm going to just do it here in my lap and then bring it up here to show you. You're going to put it on the Ace bandage like this, adhesive. Just put it on and get it on there good. Then you're going to take those wings, okay? This one doesn't, they have, I guess the little papers came off. Do those wings over here so they stay in place. The wings are one of the best inventions in the world. Okay. Oh, I guess that all stuck on that purple thing that came off. Okay, so now you have your wings on here and you have your Ace bandage. Now, this came unrolled in my lap, but if you leave it rolled up, then you can just start rolling from this end. All right, so we're going to, then you just roll it back up as tight as you can, all the way. In fact, y'all, I'm going to start from this end. Start rolling. Make a roll. Keep the pad inside. Now, I know there's no quick clot on here. I know there's no antibiotic on there. I realize that. But, y'all, this is better than nothing. Okay? This is better than nothing. And sometimes that's what we have to go with. It's something. And it's better than nothing, Mama. How many... Y'all say that? Girl, that's better than nothing. So you just hush your mouth. All right. Now, once you get it all rolled up like this, all right, in a nice tight roll, you're going to put your clippy things back on here. Be careful. These they do poke. Okay, so you got your, and so now you have this all rolled up. Now then, we're not done. So after I got it all rolled up, and I watched a video on this, y'all. It's not like I came up with this myself. After I got it all rolled up, look what I did. I put it in my vacuum pack. So you make your little vacuum pack bag. Those of you who know how to do this, if you don't know how to do it, if you don't know anything about vacuum packing, go down that rabbit hole on YouTube, all right? You put it in your vacuum pack. It will keep it dry. It will keep it moderately clean. You'll have it handy. It's right here. You can say, it's kind of like an Israeli bandage on here. I don't know what you want to write. This is an, yeah, it's an off-brand Israeli bandage, okay? Now, I just, for the sake of fun, put some alcohol prep pads in here. You can actually put, I thought about gloves. You can put a pair of gloves in here. You can put, you know what, a little bit of germ killer. I don't know, whatever you want to put in here. You can, like, make this a little mini wound kit. Super duper easy squeezy. It's up to you. I heard a man say we need 36 of these in our preps. And I'm like, that's a heck of a lot. But maybe we do. I don't know. But this is what I have done this morning. It did not take long. Now, I watched a video of a man who, I guess there's no women making these. I don't know. I watched a video of a man who had a sheet that he had done a strip from a sheet, cut a big strip. He folded the end of it over and sewed up the sides to make a pocket. And then he put his maxi pad in that. He folded it and cut it and layered it. I do not know, unless you have the tops of it touching each other, I do not know if that would absorb the blood, because the first layer, once it gets full, I don't know if it would automatically go to the next. I'll have to do an experiment on that. But you can also, y'all, if you don't have pads, you get you some wash rags. Guess what? Got these on sale, Dollar General this morning for 25 cents. All right, these are good. Just stuff that in that pocket, or sew that on this ace bandage, however you want to do it. I mean, you can do it that way too. There's all kinds of ways. What do you think? What would your ideal be? What am I missing is what I'm asking. All right, now then, I'm going to read this word in just a second, but I also want to refer to Goshen Prepper. Yesterday, y'all, I brought that word about that little tidbit. We're going to call it chatter, because I learned that from Goshen Prepper. We're going to call it chatter from my friend at church, whose sister went to that doctor's appointment and found out her National Guard husband was suddenly active instead of not active, and was going to be deployed in the fall. Okay, remember that story from that video? Well, yesterday morning, my daughter sent me Goshen Prepper's little coming this evening little trailer thing, and it said National Guard activated in the fall. And my daughter said, look, Mom, the news is out. I mean, maybe he's going to affirm what our friend at church told us about her sister. Lo and behold, when she and I started watching it, it was my story. Somebody watched me and kindly, graciously sent that to him. To me, he's like upper tier YouTube prepper, and way, way smarter than me. He runs circles around me in intelligence and in experience. And anyway, he was very kind about that news, but he called it chatter. It's like one piece of the chatter, and I would say the last few videos I brought have been chatter, leading up to something's happening, something's coming. It's all little bits of pieces that, and they're dots that we have to connect if you so choose, and it will eventually show us the picture, but it's not yet. So if you have chatter, please put it in the comment section. One of the comments yesterday was this woman said her husband had, forgive me, I think she said retired, but had gotten a letter from the military branch he had been in, and it said, we acknowledge you're retired, but we can still call you back to active duty 7 years after you retire. Now is the time to get your affairs in order. Something to that effect. So, y'all, that's part of the chatter. So, let's bring all the news we can on here so we can prepare accordingly. I would not have had bandages on my radar this week if that viewer had not sent me that information. So, kudos to him for doing that. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Prayer request also. All over the place. We're praying. If you have something we need to pray for, we'll do it. All right. Also, what time is it? Okay, yeah. I had a viewer that said, "Hey, Gina, if you don't make a video one day, can you do something that we can connect somehow in the comments or whatever as a community?" Y'all, I'm real bad at stuff like that, but I do think if I'm not going to make a video, I'll just make a post that's just a picture, and like everybody can comment who wants to connect or whatever. Tell me about your day. Tell us about your prayer requests, what you're hearing in through the grapevine, all kinds of things like that. All right, so that's what I'll try my best to do. No guarantees, because I can't tell you how unorganized I really am. I mean, like this is like a stinking miracle for me. I mean, this goes against my personality. All right, now we're reading from the Latvian, How to Act in Case of War, and we're on page 59, and this is Mental Health in Wartime. Y'all, if you don't know what Highlands Calms are, Highlands is the brand, Hylands, and I should do a whole video on it. Calms, CALMS, or Calms Forte. That is something that will help with any kind of anxiety you have, and it's natural. Okay, mental health in wartime. Mental health is extremely important in times of war. War is a crisis. Our psyche finds it hard to bear hardships that exceed our normal ability to cope with stress. Our nervous system and body work with much greater internal forces during war, both physical and psychological, and we can quickly become exhausted. Psychologists have developed useful tips on how to take care of your mental health. It is important to recognize the signs that you need to take action and help yourself recover. I'm sorry. I'm very familiar with those signs, personally. Okay. Okay. Sorry. And my mind's going all over the place like, oh man, I know what happens to me when I have hit the wall. Okay. The main signs of exhaustion are fatigue, inability to perform even usual activities, inattentiveness and difficulty concentrating, memory impairment, thinking disorders, reduction of critical thinking and its depth, decreased interest in work, increased irritability, intemperance, anger, difficulty making decisions, sadness, feeling of helplessness, depression, despair, etc., unpleasant emotions, sleep disorders, changes in eating habit, nervous anxiety, increased blood pressure and heart rate, headache. Y'all, that's just my every Tuesday. I don't know what it is for you. No, I'm just teasing. I don't mean to make fun. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I shouldn't make fun of this. All of that is legit and so important to pay attention to. Okay, the next page is recommendation for maintaining mental health. Okay, sufficient sleep, which should be at least 7 hours a day for adults and 8 to 10 hours for children and teenagers. Limiting information noise. Be self-disciplined and don't constantly check the news. Schedule when and how long you read the news. For example, 15 minutes in the morning, at noon, and in the evening. Trust only verified sources of information. Regular and, if possible, balanced meals. Regular physical activity for at least 30 minutes a day. Any regular physical activity, Even walking or stretching will give you energy. A walk in the fresh air will be better than exercising indoors. Follow a workable daily routine. Stick to your usual routine. Maintain your habits and personal hygiene. Prioritize. It should be understood that no one is capable of doing everything, so set yourself 3 to 5 main tasks every day and allow yourself not to do additional work. Good relationships with those around you, family, friends, work, colleagues, or volunteer community. Communicate, regularly call or write to your family and loved ones. Physical contact. Hug the people close to you. I'm just thinking, when the virus was here, we were told not to do that. Interesting. Just kidding. Humor is always necessary, even in difficult life circumstances. Remember, staying alive and healthy is a lot. Remember, staying alive and healthy is a lot. It is a lot. And sometimes, y'all, it may just be one thing you get done that day, not 3 to 5. 3 to 5 to me is like, dang, girl. That's how I feel. All right. Oh, there's more on the next page. Hang on. Here we go. Do not set deadlines for the end of the war. If your predictions do not come true, it will be difficult for you emotionally, and you may feel hopeless. So prepare for a long haul. Remember what is dear and important to you. Remember what is the meaning of life. That's Jesus Christ. All right. Make plans. That's not in the manual. That's free from me. Make plans for the future. Find out what is most important to you when peace comes. This is true. Professional help, looking for the support of professional psychologists. If there is no possibility to turn to a professional, ask YouTube. No, just kidding. Ask your relatives and friends for help. You see what I did there? I said, just kidding, just like it said on the page before that. No. If you need help, ask somebody you trust or somebody you think is wise. It may or may not be your preacher, but it might be somebody you feel like it's not going to make things worse for you. Okay, where are we at? Oh my gosh, y'all, I need to quit right there. All right, I will bring you this word, and we're going to go over this video. I'm sorry for our time. We're going to quit right there. Here we go. Here is the word that I wrote down in my journal. Y'all, this is gold. Amazing information. Okay, June 7th, 2024. This is what I wrote down. And I do think when the Lord's referencing wounded in this, it's not only physically, but also spiritually. Maybe even more spiritually. Go to the wounded child, for I will bring them near. Touch the blood-drenched, the pain-filled, the blind, the lost. Touch and pray me over their suffering. The wails of the wounded will fill your ears. The sight of the wounds will never be unseen, for here they come, here they come, here they come. Not the soldiers of your enemies, although there are many. It is the casualties you will brush against. Prepare the bandages. Learn the skill, child, the skill of bandage making. Dust off your sewing needles. Begin now, for many will be in need before you. What can you offer a war casualty? I hear your heart. Me. Reach out my healing upon them, for as you do, you will see fear leave their eyes, and hope fill their heart, and peace encompass their bodies. Oh, the sorrow that is coming to this. Oh, the sorrow that it comes to this in your fallen world, the world of man. My world that once was perfect, but now is sin-filled. But hear this. I saved those who are of this world. I made a way back to the perfection if man will but turn away and believe. Be ever mindful, child. These events are near. Do the tasks at hand. Prepare for the casualties. Be ready, child. Be ready. Be ready. The world will be knee-deep in blood, and you, my dear one, will have to wade through it while hand in hand with me. You will not falter, for I sustain. So the Lord made a way out of this sin-filled world, and it's Jesus Christ. And he made the plan before he even made the world. He knew what was going to happen. And he made a way for us to get to him, and it's through Jesus Christ. If you don't know him, turn from your ugly way of life and come to Jesus. And give. That's the only way we're going to get through this, y'all. That is all that matters. Hang on to him. Y'all, I'm going to leave this with you. I've gone way long. I hope that's okay. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe, America. This is Gina Lima Charlie. I'm out.